Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my second video. Today we're going to be talking about my most complimented perfumes. This was requested by one of my lovely subscribers, Christina. Hello Christina, thank you for that. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. A couple people said they couldn't see the bottle. It didn't come into focus. I'll try to do a little bit better job with that. But I'm always going to list all the fragrances that I talk about down below. So if you click the drop down menu, either the arrowhead at the top right or it'll say show more. Click that, it'll open up the menu and you'll see what we're talking about. And I'm always going to list everything in chronological order. So if you want to hear what my most complimented perfumes are, stick around. Okay, so we're going to talk about my top 10 most complimented perfumes that I wear right now. So to make this list, it has to be a fragrance that I'm wearing this time of the year, which is the colder weather months. So a lot of the perfumes that I wear in the spring and summer, they are put away. So they can't be part of this list. I do have some fresh ones, so we'll get into that. But to make the list, when I wore these perfumes, I had to be complimented every time. And it had to be something that I'm wearing now. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first one I'm going to talk about is an oldie but a goodie. It's Chanel Chance au Tendre. And this is just a lovely, floral, beautiful, light perfume that has a fruity note. So it's got jasmine, you have orange blossom, you have quince, I think you have grapefruit. It's just this beautiful light perfume. I don't wear it a ton in the colder months, but when there is a beautiful sunny day and it's crisp outside and I'm wearing pink or white or I'm wearing a pastel color and I just want something lighter that day, I'm going to reach for this. It is one of my most pleasant perfumes out of all my collection. I think it's so easy to like, and more often than not, I think if I compliment somebody on what they're wearing, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be this perfume. I should just stop asking because it's almost always Chanel Chance. It's just a beautiful perfume. I love to wear it and gets me compliments every time. So the next perfume I'm going to talk about is quite controversial. It's a surprise to many that maybe it made my list. It's by the house of Thierry Mugler and it is Angel. So I've got the EDP and I've got the EDT. Now I've come full circle with this perfume. The first time that I smelled this perfume, I was sitting next to this lovely, just very put together woman, and she had this perfume on that was incredibly strong. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, that is almost too strong for me. But I ended up asking her what she was wearing and she said Angel, and I thought, yeah, that's probably not the perfume for me. Fast forward about 20 years, I'm walking into a Pilates class and somebody's wearing perfume. They smell really good. It's not overbearing. It's just very light. And I asked this woman who I figured out who was wearing the perfume what she was wearing, and she said it was Angel, and I couldn't believe it. So I went ahead and bought the EDP, and soon after that, fortunately, the EDT came out, which I think I prefer the EDT much better. So if you don't know the difference, the EDP has a very noticeable and recognizable angel DNA, and a lot of that funk that some people don't like is a curry kind of patchouli dirty smell. So from the EDP that you get that really heavy almost off-putting smell that has been removed. So some of that dirtiness, so to say, has been removed. and it has been replaced in the EDT with fresher notes. So you've got some more fruit. I think it's apple and pear. So I wear this a lot more when I'm going to be around people. I get compliments galore when I wear it. And every once in a while I still like to wear the EDP if I'm not going to be around a lot of people or if it's really cold. And the opening is still quite, it can be off-putting, but once that funkiness wears off, it's still a lovely perfume for the right time and the right weather. So that is Angel by Thierry Mugler. So the next one I'm going to talk about is a perfume with a leather note. Now, if you watch my first video, I did mention this in my first video, and that is Bottega Veneta by Bottega Veneta. See if that comes into focus. Again, I apologize if it's not coming into focus, but so this is a leather-based perfume, and I'm not super keen on leather-based perfumes unless it's muted. Now this is a super soft leather. It's more like suede. It has oak moss, pink pepper, and patchouli, and it's just a gorgeous scent. At first spray, it's a little strong, but this perfume shines on the dry down. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous perfume. Every time I wear this, I get compliments. I've had actually people chase me down in multiple situations to find out what I'm wearing. It's a beautiful scent. It works all year round. I tend to wear it during the colder weather months just because it's a tad on the heavy side, but love it. It's gorgeous, and that is Bottega Veneta by Bottega Veneta. Next on the list is a fragrance I discovered thanks to my sister-in-law who lives in Los Angeles. She was in a nice boutique and she smelled what she told me was the best smelling soap she had ever smelled. And she immediately thought of me and sent me that soap. And she was right. That, to this day, is the best smelling soap I'd ever smelled. And I knew that I had to get a bottle of that perfume. And that perfume is by Lala Beau, and it is Rose 31. Let's see if that comes up. There we go. So this is not your typical rose perfume. This is a very dirty, wet, woody rose. It smells nothing like the classic rose perfumes. This has a note of cumin, which typically I don't like in perfumes. I just think it gives it a slight sour note that I don't like, but it works so well in this perfume. I wear this all year round. I do wear it a lot when it rains to me because it's such a wet rose. And when I wear this to work, people will come in my office and they'll say, "You smell so good, you smell nice and light." And it's always this perfume. It is beautiful. I wear it all year round. It is a gorgeous perfume. I love it, and as you can tell, I've worn it a lot. Now I'm going to tell you I'm not an oversprayer. I spray 2 to 3 times tops. I usually don't ever spray more than that. So a lot of my perfumes, I'll tell you that I use a lot, and you can't tell because the perfume level still looks kind of high. But as you can tell, I've worn this perfume a lot. I've had it for several years. It's gorgeous, and it will always be in my collection. So that's Rose 31 by Lala Beau. Next on the list is a perfume I discovered while I was staying at a hotel in Florida on Amelia Island. And this particular hotel, the body products were made by this fragrance house, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I purchased that fragrance immediately and have been wearing it ever since. And that is Bulgari, and this is Eau Le Blanc, which is their white tea. I don't know if you... Okay, so beautiful perfume. Again, another one of the light floral perfumes that I wear in the winter months. You know, if it's a crisp day, if the sun's out, if I'm wearing white, I'll wear this. It's super easy to wear to work. It's very inoffensive. It is beautiful. So it's a white floral. I think it has jasmine. I think it has orange blossom. It's got a little bit of musk. Maybe it has bergamot, a little bit of woods, a touch of musk, but it is just a gorgeous, beautiful scent. It's easy to wear, easy wear to work, and every time I wear it, somebody comments and says, gosh, you smell so lovely. So love this perfume, and that is Bulgari by, that's Eau de Blanc by Bvlgari. Oh. All right, next on this list actually is a perfume close to my heart. It used to be my signature scent for 8 to 10 years, and only just this year got replaced by a new signature scent. But this is Narciso Rodriguez for her, and it is the EDT version. Love this perfume, been wearing it forever. This is the EDT version, like I said. There's also the EDP version, which comes in the pink bottle. That has a little bit more rose and peony, but they are just a gorgeous orange blossom, patchouli, musk scents. And this perfume I can wear in any situation. Doesn't matter the weather, day, night, work, date night, gorgeous. My only issue with this perfume is the lasting power. Narciso, how could you? It doesn't last on me. This is the only perfume that I overspray. This is the only perfume that I can spray 6 times, and within 3 hours, it's gone. And as much as I love this perfume, and as much as I love wearing it, and everybody around me loves this perfume, I can't have a signature scent that only lasts a couple hours. So once I got through my big bottles, I replaced it with the small bottle because I always want to have this in my collection, but I don't wear it as much. This perfume has a closer scent bubble. It's not offensive, and I'd usually get my compliments when someone would come very close to me and hug me. They would hug me and say, oh my gosh, you smell so good. I would wear it a lot too if I was going to be in big crowds, because I knew that it wasn't overbearing, it was very pleasant. So if I was going to watch a big sport event, if I went to a school function, I would always wear this perfume, and love it, always get compliments. It's such a great perfume. If the lasting power ever changed, it may go back to my signature scent, but nevertheless, I'm always going to have it in my collection because it's just a gorgeous beauty, and that is Narciso Rodriguez. For her, the EDT version. So the next perfume on my list was actually in my first video, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about it, but I did want to mention it because every time I wear this perfume, I do get a compliment, and that is by Andy Tower, and that's Le du Désert au Marocain. And for those who don't know what this smells like, this is a gorgeous, spicy, woody, incensey, oriental amber perfume that's just spectacular. It's one of my favorites. This was the perfume that sent me into the niche world. Love it. And every time I wear it, a lovely coworker of mine, Nancy, would be walking down the hall to my office and would say, oh, Chris is here, I can smell her perfume. So this made the list because I do get a compliment every time I wear it, and that is by Andy Tower, Eau de Désert au Marocain. The next perfume was also in my first video, but I had to mention it because it's gorgeous and I get compliments every time I wear it. And that is Black Jade by Lubin, by the House of Lubin. Hopefully that's coming into focus. This is a beautiful oriental floral perfume. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has cardamom, it has rose, it has a little bit of jasmine, it has cinnamon, and a little bit of woody dry down. One of my favorite perfumes. Absolutely love this perfume. Wear it all the time to work. I always get a compliment. It's just gorgeous. So Black Jade by Lubin. All right, guys, we're getting down to the top 3 perfumes. So the next perfume I discovered in an exercise class, of all places. I was at an Orange Theory class, if anybody knows what that is, and I could smell this amazing smell. and I could tell it was one of the people in my class. And I finally localized the person in the class, and I went up after class and I asked her what she was wearing, and she told me it was Good Girl Gone Bad by Killian. Let's see if that's coming through. Yeah. So for those who don't know what this smells like, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the few florals that I wear in the winter time. So this is a white floral composed perfume with a little bit of a fruit note. So the flowers are jasmine, narcissus, and I think orange blossom. And then there's a note of osmanthus. So osmanthus is a shrub, but it has these little white flowers and they smell like apricot. So it's this very light, beautiful floral perfume with a touch of apricot. So it's a fruity floral perfume. Absolutely love this perfume. Every time I wear this perfume, literally I have one or two people swoon. They love it. They know this perfume when I wear it. A couple of my lady friends who I work with went out and bought a bottle. They loved it so, so much. It's just gorgeous. Beautiful. It's my favorite by the House of Killian. I absolutely love it. So, Good Girl Gone Bad by Killian. All right, we're down to the top two. The next perfume is a perfume I'm sure many of you've heard of, and it is by the house Juliette Has A Gun, and it's called Not a Perfume. Hopefully that comes into focus. Let's see. Again, I apologize if it's not. So why is this called Not a Perfume? So as many of you know, perfume is a very complex structure. It has many, many different levels. It's got top notes, middle notes, bottom notes. And so that is, so as you wear the perfume, different scents, different layers of the perfume come out at different times as it evaporates off your skin. This has one single note, and it is ambroxan. That's why it's not a perfume. What does ambroxan smell like? Let me tell you, it is the most pleasant, light, airy, crisp, beautiful smell. It's gorgeous. I don't know how one molecule or one substance can smell so good. This substance is put in many perfumes as part of their perfume, but it's only here as a single note. It's gorgeous. The last time I wore this to work, I literally had 4 people clamoring in my office finding out what this was. I actually had it to work and everybody was spraying it. Everybody loved it. The only negative is it doesn't last very long. I can get, maybe 2 to 3 hours on my skin. For that reason, I think it's a very good perfume for students or teachers or the office or really basically any situation, because it's super light, super clean, super airy, it's inoffensive, and it's not going to overpower those near you. So love this. This is fairly new to my collection. I can't remember if it's end of last year or beginning of this year. Actually, it was last year. But love it to death and wear it a ton and get a ton of compliments. So Not a Perfume by Juliette Has A Gun. Okay, we're down to my most complimented fragrance for this time of the year. And it's not a perfume that many people haven't heard of. In the fragrance community, everybody knows about this perfume. It's been around for a while and causes quite a stir. And that is by the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and Francis Kurkdjian happens to be my favorite perfumer. And that is Baccarat Rouge 540. Hopefully that comes into focus here, hopefully. So this perfume is actually hard for me to describe. It's so unusual and pretty. But to me, this smells like cotton candy that is sitting on top of a freezing cold stainless steel cookie sheet. I've had some people describe it as spun sugar. Some people describe it as the coating of a candied apple. That's all very correct, but it's just the most beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, intoxicating perfume. And every time I wear it, literally I'll have people follow me to find out what I was wearing. You have to be really careful. You can't overspray this. This perfume is super unusual in that it is light, but it projects like a beast. It will fill the room. You can smell the person wearing it, two rooms away. In fact, recently I had to work on the weekends, and so when I work on the weekends, I wear whatever I want to, and I overspray because it's all about me. I just, want to smell myself during the day. And this was about 10 o'clock at night, and someone walked into my office and said, I have a question for you. I have a creepy question for you. And I said, okay, what's the question? And this girl asked me, what perfume are you wearing? Because it smells amazing and I can smell you down the hall. And it was actually Baccarat Rouge 540. So gorgeous perfume, love it. It's spectacular. I'll always have it in my collection. Love wearing it, just have to be super careful not to overspray. But just a gorgeous, gorgeous perfume, and most everybody likes it who wears it. I can think of one person off the top of my head doesn't like it. There's always going to be people that don't like fragrances. You can't please everyone, but this certainly pleases lots of people, including myself. Love this perfume, and will always be wearing it. So that does it for my top 10 most complimented fragrances for this time of the year. What I want to hear from you is if you could leave me a comment below and tell me, what did I miss? What are your most complimented perfumes? I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you want to hear about any topics coming up, I'd love to hear from you as well. So that is it, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.